Morning. Great to have Father Chad Partain with us from St. Francis Cabrini School. Going to chat a bit about the Holy Week. And Father, welcome to the show. Good to have you back.
Thanks so much for joining us, because I know you are very busy this week. I was in church Sunday, and it was Palm Sunday, and the priest said, okay, everybody's here for Palm Sunday, and they'll come on Easter. But then they forget about all the other important days during Holy Week.
Holy Week is just that. It is a holy week. It is the holiest season in the church's calendar, and of course everything that happens from Palm Sunday leads us to the great drama of Easter Sunday morning. How can we truly understand Easter Sunday unless we first pass through Holy Thursday and Good Friday?
Okay. For folks that really don't know the history of that, why don't you walk us through Holy Week?
Holy Week is one long continuous celebration. It begins with the Mass of the Lord's Supper on Holy Thursday night. And at the Mass of the Lord's Supper, when we recall our Lord's institution of the Eucharist and the priesthood, the priest will wash the feet of 12 men in imitation of our Lord. And then, when the Mass is finished, there is no final blessing. The priest will take the Blessed Sacrament, which is our Lord's presence, out of the church and repose the Blessed Sacrament in a place outside of church for adoration. And then he will come back in and strip the altar bare. The tabernacle will be left open, the sanctuary lamp will be blown out, all of the cloths will be removed, all of the flowers, and the people will leave in darkness. Just as our Lord and the apostles left the upper room and moved to the Garden of Gethsemane for prayer. And all through the night the church will keep watch with our Lord before the altar of repose in imitation of that prayer in the garden. And then, of course, on Good Friday, from noon until 3, the old custom is to keep silence from noon until 3, because those are the hours in which our Lord hung upon the cross. And so from noon until 3, many places will keep vigil with prayer or confession. At Cabrini, you can go to confession from noon until 3.
Right.
And at 3 o'clock, that is the moment of our Lord's death on the cross. And many places have the Stations of the Cross at that point, or the Good Friday service can begin. Many places have the Good Friday service in the evening so more people can attend. And that service is not a Mass. It's the only service of the church's year in which Mass is not offered. And that service consists of the veneration of the wood of the cross, prayers for the whole world, and then communion from the hosts that are consecrated on Holy Thursday. Then, after the Good Friday service, the church leaves in silence again because it's one long continuous service. There's no dismissal, there's no blessing. Until finally the church gathers again on Holy Saturday night in anticipation of Easter Sunday morning. And in the earliest days of the church, you would have stayed all night. You would have stayed from sunset all the way through dawn. And you would have experienced a whole night-long vigil.
Right.
Of course, nowadays, we don't have the stamina to do that, or maybe not even the faith, who knows.
Right.
But the Holy Saturday Vigil, the Easter Vigil, is the church's highest worship. And it consists in a long liturgy of the Word in which we recall all the marvelous events of salvation history. And then, after that long recitation, those long readings, then there is the Gloria, the lights come on, and you begin the celebration of Easter. Easter Sunday morning, of course, is the time when we celebrate the fact that the tomb is empty, the Lord is risen, and there is the hope of a new life. And so the joy of Easter Sunday morning, which of course is supposed to be an unending joy. You know, Lent lasted for 40 days. The Easter season lasts for 50. The church celebrates Easter not just one day, but for 50 days, because our celebration is greater than our preparation.
Interesting.
Yeah.
That's good information.
Great information.
Thanks,
All of
appreciate
this
it.
very, very symbolic. It's
Oh, it is. It's
yeah.
full of symbolism, and it calls to mind, of course, everything that we hope for and everything that we believe. Easter is everything.
Father, thanks for dropping by.
My pleasure. Y'all have a wonderful and blessed Easter.
You
Same to
too.
you.
Same to you. We're going to preview the Dogwood Festival when we come back. Stay here on CBS 2.